Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Lair. Of course, I am Chris Chaos here with your Raw 411 for October the 7th, 2013. Now, I'm going to hit a couple of points here. Actually, I'm going to run down most of the card and just give kind of one or two things. I'm going to talk a lot about it on the podcast I'm going to do later on tonight, which will have already happened probably by the time this video is up. Big Show gets fired after calling Triple H a son of a bitch. I think it was what needed to be done, because there wasn't much more they could do. Big Show's not going to be healed. They don't need any more heels. They've got plenty of top heels in that little faction. They don't need another one. Ziggler and Sandow, again, I don't like rematches from pay-per-views. I just don't. I think it's like a slap in the face to anybody that bought the pay-per-view. Luckily, this wasn't on the actual pay-per-view. It was on the pre-show, so it's not as bad, but I'll get to the other one later. And don't let Damien Sandow, don't let it, just because he got beat twice by Ziggler in a row, that means nothing. So don't blow it up like it means something. It means absolutely nothing. It's just good for Ziggler. It doesn't hurt Damien. Natalya, Eva Marie, and JoJo. What a weird Anyway, JoJo, she didn't really do much in her first match. Eva Marie, she did fairly okay, and I mean, it was fine for her first match on Raw. Look, she's not gonna come out there and beat Natalya. Natalya's was the best one in that match. Of course she was, with Foxy right behind her. And Asuka at third. But anyway, and by the way, I love seeing Rosa back on TV and even in a match. It's pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of Rosa, but more as a manager. Want her to go back to that role. And I don't exactly love her blonde hair, but to each his own. That's fine. You got to give it up to Los Matadores and El Torito. I love the gimmick. They're making it work. And they're very entertaining in the ring, in a match. I mean, it's fun. R-Truth helps Punk. Punk needed an ally, and we finally have one in R-Truth. And I heard some people yelling at, well, maybe not yelling, but telling me, R-Truth's turning heel. R-Truth, no, don't, no. Everybody's so they're going to do this. They're going to, just stop trying to predict stuff and just let it flow organically. That's what I do. I don't just make wild accusations like, stop, just stop. Orton destroys Kofi. Sorry, Kofi. Ricardo beats Alberto Del Rio after Vicky announces that John Cena is going to be back at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view to challenge for the World Heavyweight title, and I just don't know what I think about that just yet. More on the podcast later tonight, which will have already took place by the time this is up, so I'll probably put a link or something. I have a lot of opinions on that. Fandango versus Zack Ryder was just thrown in there. It meant nothing for nothing, and it was an entertaining little thing. Wasn't that entertaining though. Antonio Cesaro and Jack Swagger versus Santino and Khali, again with the rematches from last night. I just don't like it. I don't like rematches. I mean, I didn't get to watch the pay-per-view, unfortunately, but even if I would have, I would still feel the same way. I mean, why do it again? And Cesaro does does the swing on Khali and only does 10 revolutions, when I think he did more than that last night, didn't he? But then again, I don't know, because I didn't watch the pay-per-view and I only read who won and lost and how. Miz interrupted by Bray Wyatt. Why? And where's Kane? Where's Kane? Hashtag where's Kane? Anyway, the 6-man tag match is what it always is. You have the Shield, it's going to be great. And Big Show coming back at the end of the show after he was fired. Who let Show back in the arena? I wonder who it could be. Vince? No. I tweeted out that it was Vince. I think it was the Raw general manager, Brad Maddox. Think about it. It makes sense. Brad lets him back in, and lets him run wild because he's tired of taking shit from Stephanie and Triple H. That's my opinion. That's what I think, and that's where we move forward. The next chapter of the story. By the way, I'm glad Big Show finally knocked Triple H out. As a fan, from a fan's perspective, thank you. Because it's a good look. It's a good look to end the show after so many weeks of this build-up to it finally happening. Now, do I want Vince to be involved? Yes, but I think it will actually mean more when Vince actually comes back to have Brad Maddox behind it. So, that's what I think going forward. Now, that's all I've got. Deuces. As always, listen to the podcast, and Chaos out.